Hey, so I had to come out of my bed for this one. Let me not act like I'm upset about it. I'm really not. I love doing this for y'all and for myself. So, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jen. Welcome to the space. If you're not, welcome back. Thank you for watching. And let's get into it. I got out of my bed because I had the Pussycat Dolls. Um, when I grow up, that song, it just in my head, in my head, in my head. So as I'm getting up and, I'm getting my blanket, I'm getting the stand up and I'm plugging in the mic, then I start humming. I didn't even realize that I'm humming. I stim all the time, guys. I'm neurodiverse. So didn't even realize I was humming. Going to press play now to record this video. And I realized that I was humming the song by Bruno Mars and can't remember the other guy's name. Shame on me. The song Billionaire. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. That one, oh my God. So we're in this energy, guys, of, I kept hearing from the Pussycat Dolls song over and over and over again, the same part. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. So if you've listened to one of my previous videos about free will versus fate, I will try to link it on this video or add it as a card so that you can go and watch it. But it kind of pertains to that. I'm getting this message of like keeping your eyes on the prize. Like keeping your eyes on the prize. I feel like we're in this energy of we felt it for a long time that our desires are coming in. And I spoke about this in that free will versus fate video about it being like, you, and then it's this massive wall, and then it's just like it's piling up all of your desires. And I feel like we're in this space, this energy of, I know it's there. Okay, so what is the next step? What is the next step? And I can feel the reaching. Sorry, it's almost like I want to burp. Excuse me. But it's almost like I can feel the reaching and the trying really hard to find the next step so that you can get there. But what I need to express to you is about you just keeping your eye on the prize, keeping the vision, holding the vision, being specific about the vision and being specific about where you want to go and what you want in life. It's about holding that vision, holding it high, holding that vibration, but not worrying about the steps. And see, I understand and I know it just sounds bizarre and it feels so uncomfortable, especially if you've been a person who has been very much so a problem solver through life and going through that survival mode as well. Like the only thing you can think about is that next step, you know? So I completely understand when it feels out of place, when it feels uncomfortable, when it's not second nature to just fall and trust and flow, but keeping that solid vision rather than focusing on what's the next step. You know what I mean? Making it to the next step. I'm hearing God has all the steps. God has all the steps, all the staircases to all the possible desires that you could be asking for, but they need to know which one. See, it's tying in with that message. So I'll definitely link it in this video. So yeah, it's about holding that, holding the frequency. You've already done the work. But it's like they want you to be specific so that they know exactly where to take you and to take you there fast. You know, God has all the steps. The universe has all the steps. Whatever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, you know, whatever it, you know, to your understanding, um, it has already created all the steps for you. You just need to hold on to that vision. Stop trying so hard to figure out and to push. And stop even trying to get there. Right now is about holding the vision while being present. It's about finding the balance between the reach and the relaxation, you know, like the persistence and the play. So it's about finding that balance. It's about being present and being grateful and seeing all that you have now and appreciating that and holding the vision. Now, another side of this that I'm definitely picking up now is self sabotage. And what I'm kind of seeing in my head is somebody like, you know, like they're on the water, you know, and they're on a boat. Say like a little like a paddle boat. They're on like a paddle boat and whoops, they slip off and they scream and they wail and they cry and they and then, you know, God's sitting in the boat with them and God says, get out, just get out. And then they go, oh, and they stand up and the water's like literally up to their ankles. It's a cute analogy. It's a cute picture in my head, but I can understand that as like because you've been in this survival, because you've always had to work it out and you're used to being strong and resilient and you're used to the next thing being fucked up so that you can turn around and become that problem solver again. You're used to the cycle of things going wrong, you having no choice but to be resilient, and then you having to come up with the solution. Imagine carrying all of that. That sucks. Absolutely sucks. And I'm right there with you. I've been there for years. But I think that the universe is wanting you to understand that you're in a place now where it is shallow water, where anything that comes to trouble you is shallow water. You're not in the deep end anymore. You don't have to swim and stride looking for land. You get what I mean? You're on the land. It's shallow water. So when you see yourself coming into problems, and the thing is that I understand that your soul might be tired, but your brain and your body is still adjusting to this new life you're about to step into, this new character you're about to play, you know? So I understand that your soul is tired. So anything that comes up right now and kind of tests you and shakes you up might feel like a big problem. Do you know what I mean? It might turn you off easily. It might make you want to give up easily. It might discourage you easily. But don't be discouraged. Don't feel like, you know, just a cascading wave is like a tidal wave because your soul is tired. You've made it this far. And I'm proud of you for that. You've made it to the point where you were literally right on the horizon. And all I see is someone, you know, going back to the whole water and island and swimming. I see someone finally finding the land after swimming for miles and miles and being dehydrated and exhausted and sunburned and tattered. And you finally stumble your last few walks up to the beach. And now you're laying there, flat face in the sand right on the shoreline, and you're getting just a little bit of water coming, it brushes through and it goes back out, and it brushes through and it goes back out, and you finally made it to the land, but you're not quite dry yet. And I'm seeing you just like, I don't think I have any more. I don't think I have any more even to get up and look at the beach and look around and see what the resources are. What's the plan now? You know? It's like you finally got to a point where you can actually lay on something firm. Even if the water keeps hitting your face. Oh, I've dealt with water for a long time. I've swam for many miles. I can deal with water in my face. Do you get what I mean? Hopefully this is making sense, but this is what I'm seeing in my head. Somebody on a beach and they've stumbled and they've just dropped to their knees, dropped flat on their face, and they're right on the shoreline and they're still dealing with a little ebb and flow of the water. Of course, you'll be sick of water when you have been swimming and stroking through it for so long in the deep end. But you're right there. You're right there. You're right there. And I know that your soul is tired, but don't allow those little waves, the little, what am I trying to say? The bubbles, that come up at the edge of the water, right on the shoreline. Don't allow that to become a massive hindrance. Sometimes you just have to sit with yourself and know that, okay, at least you fucking made it. You made it, and you are in, because you're not at the point where you are openly exploring that yet. You are still your soul is still catching up, trying to get its energy back. Because you're not at that point yet, you have no idea what this new island that you stumbled upon holds for you. And God knows, but God's asking you to pick a trail, pick a direction, left or right. Do you want to go up on the hill where the grass is? Do you want to follow the palm trees and coconuts? What do you want to do? So, from the feeling of this, I can tell that there's a surprise element to it. And not surprise like, oh, a surprise party. It's a surprise element in the sense of like, I feel like you were going to shock yourself by what you stumbled upon. I feel like even you laying there and finally getting comfortable and turning over and looking up at the sun and saying, oh, okay, well, maybe I can get used to this. You know what I mean? Maybe I can build up my strength and have a little explore on the island, the new island. I feel like it doesn't matter what you imagine in your head. It's always going to be tenfold better because of all of that fucking tracking that you just done to get here. I feel like whatever you believe in, God, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, whatever you believe in, I feel like they are being so patient with you right now because they're allowing you to realize where you are self-sabotaging, to realize where you are holding yourself back, and to realize that you are safe, to realize the panic and the anxiety and the struggle and the survival that you went through, but to also allow you to really settle in and become aware of the fact that you have arrived, you are safe now, and that you are held, and that you made it through. You made it through the sea. I'm seeing in my head, I'm seeing Moana now. Like, what the hell? I'm seeing like the storm, and then like when she washes up, it's all sun, and it's all sun, and it's happy again, and you know what I mean. And I'm just seeing kind of like you made it through that fucked up storm. The part where you thought you was gonna die. You know. The part where you thought you was going to die, where you thought that light was going to go out, where you thought that you just wasn't going to make it. You thought that that was it. You made it through that and then some. And now you're here. I can imagine you're tired. Give yourself grace and give yourself time, but not too long because you've arrived. You've arrived to where you've been looking for, better than where you've been looking for, baby. And I feel deep in my heart so proud of you. Just so proud of you. So sorry you had to go through it, but so proud of you because that was the only way that you was going to get to this life, to this island, to this new chapter. It was the only way, and you made it, and you did that. You did that. You did. So I'm proud of you. Keep going, and just know that it's big things on the way for you. It is big things on the way for you. Ooh, exciting. On that note, I get to go to sleep with a smile on my face. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being in the space with me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.